Today I'm going to talk about places to maximize our cash savings in early 2025. Rates have been sliding for a while now, but there are still some great ways to get good interest on idle cash we are holding. Make sure you watch to the end to get a feel of all the different tools you can place funds in and see which is the best for your cash in early 2025. The first would be UOB's quarterly savings promo for the first quarter of 2025. If you haven't read my article about it yet, here's the summary of it. You can get a yield of as much as 5.23% per annum on $150,000 of savings. This 5.23% per annum is made up of the 4% per annum you'll get for having a $150,000 balance in your UOB One and satisfying the salary crediting and $500 card spend requirements of the account. The remaining 1.23% per annum comes from the promo itself. If you deposit $150,000 fresh funds, you will get $688, which represents about 1.23% per annum of you, assuming you set aside the funds under the promo for about 4.5 months. These funds have to be earmarked, which is kind of like a fixed deposit, and you can't touch your funds until the earmark period is over. You will then need to satisfy the salary requirements and the card spend requirement each month so that you can get the 4% per annum from your UOB One account. Salary crediting, as we know, can be easily done with a loophole of sorts that I think UOB just doesn't care to close, and you can see more details on my Telegram. But we will still need to do the $500 per month spend on an eligible UOB card to unlock the UOB One's account's interest rate, so take note of that. At lower amounts, the interest is lower, but it may still make sense. At $100,000, UOB One currently offers 3.38% per annum interest, while the promo offers $388, which is about 1.04% per annum returns, giving a combined yield of 4.42% per annum. At $100,000, you may also want to consider UOB Stash instead, which gives a lower 3% per annum rate, but does not require any spend or salary requirement, and with the promo will give you 4% per annum interest. At $50,000, you can get 3% per annum from UOB One and $188 cash from the promo, which is about 1% per annum returns, and that gives you 4% per annum, which is pretty decent given the sliding rates we're witnessing these days. The next account we can consider is the OCBC 360, which deservedly got my pick for the best bank account for the year 2024. At the time of filming, it is still maintaining its 4.65% per annum rate, fingers crossed, and this is of course a really excellent rate provided you have $100,000 to set aside and you can fulfill the salary requirement and the card spend requirement. Unlike the UOB One account, your salary crediting needs to be from a corporate account. Trying to do a salary transfer from a personal account has so far yielded mixed results, with some people saying that it works, but I personally wouldn't risk my interest. You also need to make $500 of spend each month, and I personally use OCBC 90N to make card-up payments. This way, I get to buy some miles and at the same time clock the spend requirement for bonus interest. Lastly, you also need to increase your savings by $500 each month, which means you eventually should reset your OCBC account because amounts above $100,000 get nearly no interest. So check out my post I've already written for more details. Another bank with still pretty decent rates would be HSBC, who has been rolling out monthly promos for their HSBC EGA account, and rates have been steadily declining in the past few months. Nonetheless, we can still get around 3.6% per annum in the latest promo on fresh funds, and this is without any pesky requirements like salary crediting or card spend requirement. All we need to do is to transfer in fresh funds for 2.6% per annum interest, then make 5 transactions to unlock another 1% per annum interest. These 5 transactions can even be pay now transfers of $1 each, so it's very easily fulfilled. The current promo announced at the start of February can also apply to March, so you can register now and then transfer your funds in for March. Alternatively, you can also wait for HSBC to announce new rates when March comes along, though I feel like rates will only go down from here. Remember to stay subscribed to the Telegram so you can get notified on savings promos. And not only are there HSBC promos, there was also one from CIMB last month, and digital banks too have been offering promos every now and then for fresh deposits. If you want an alternative to put aside idle cash, Moomoo Cash Plus may be an option to consider. It is a money market fund investment and it lets you choose relatively lower risk funds like Fullerton SGD Cash Fund or Fullerton SGD Liquidity Fund. After subscribing to Cash Plus, you can enjoy potential daily income with zero subscription, redemption, and platform fees. The 7-day yield is at 2.96% for Fullerton SGD Liquidity Fund and 2.97% for Fullerton SGD Cash Fund as of 14 February 2025. To start, go to Funds, Cash Plus, choose a fund to invest, tap subscribe, enter the subscription amount, and enter your password to complete the subscription. If you're willing to take more risks, consider investing in US stocks and ETFs. You might want to try Moomoo's regular savings plan where you can start investing with as little as 10 SGD or 5 USD. This might be the simplest way to start investing. Regular investing suits those aiming for long-term financial growth. Moomoo SG is giving away up to $2,266 and it includes one share of Tesla as well. Use my link in the description box and get an additional $20 when you sign up. So don't wait and give Moomoo a try and start investing today. Speaking of digital banks, right now there's a promo from GXS which offers a pretty decent and fast-free 3.09% to 3.2% per annum for 5 months on up to $50,000. You'll want to place your funds in the savings pocket to get 2.38% per annum, and together with the cash reward, you will get about 3.09% to 3.2% per annum depending on how much fresh funds you place. You will need to place at least $20,000 up to a maximum of $50,000 for this promo. And take note that savings pocket is about the same thing as the main account, except that if you want to withdraw the funds, you need to first transfer your savings pocket to your main account. Now, since this is easily done, there's no reason to use the main account when the savings pocket offers 2.38% per annum interest, which is higher than the main account's 2.08% per annum. The promo ends on 27th February, so yeah, remember to subscribe to the Telegram so you can get notified on earning more from things like your savings account. Now, so far I've talked all about banks, but one possible solution you can consider is money market funds. You could of course consider this video's sponsor Moomoo, which is giving 2.1% per annum interest booster on top of the fund performance. But there are more and more money market funds to choose from, so you are actually spoiled for a choice. Money market funds tend to buy things like government bonds, T-bills, or even bank deposit, and such instruments tend to offer about 3% per annum returns, which is about what you expect when you invest into bank deposits and government bonds yourself. Of course, money market funds are not immune to rate dropping too, because as bank deposit and government bonds drop in rates, the fund manager has no choice but to buy these deposit and bonds and therefore offer a lower return. The good thing about money market funds is at least they're pretty fast free because you don't have to keep reinvesting your money once your T-bill matures. You don't have to keep finding new bank deposits because the fund manager will do it for you, of course with a fund management fee. Since you have watched to the end, I feel that I should tell you that this is something you should really strongly consider, and that will be good old Singapore Savings Bond. This month's SSB gives an average return between 2.83% to 2.97% per annum, and long gone are the days where we see SSB above 3% per annum, but this is almost at the 3% mark. Right now, I feel that the gap between savings account interest rates and SSB has narrowed to a point where we might just want to put idle cash we won't touch for a long time into SSB. In the short term, of course, 3 to 4% per annum is very attractive and higher than SSB, but these rates can drop anytime. SSB, on the other hand, gives you its interest for as long as 10 years. And if for some reason you're not acquainted with SSBs yet, remember that SSBs allow you to withdraw once every month, so they are still very liquid. If you're tired of the game of chasing rates and just want something really fast free that can last you for as long as the next 1 to even 10 years, few instruments can compete against SSB. The last day to subscribe to this month's bond is 25th February, so just days away from the publication of this video. Personally, I've already put my long-term idle cash into August 2024 SSB where rates were about 3.2% per annum, so I wouldn't be subscribing to this tranche for now. In fact, when I last told people that I'll be putting money into SSB, someone complained that it was not a timely video. Come on people, I can't possibly force you to subscribe to my Telegram and leave notifications turned on for time-sensitive updates, right? But yeah, you should definitely subscribe if you want to earn more from your credit cards, savings account, etc. And more than 25,000 people have already joined. And also check out this video where I talk about the amount of passive income I've been receiving from things like my bank deposit and money market funds. So see you in that video.